Are you looking for why life insurance might be important? Or also what type of healthcare you should be looking at getting? Because there's other options outside of Marketplace, and today we are going to be talking to Rita, who specializes in that, so let's go check out this video. All right, Rita, tell us a little bit about how you got into doing what you do.
So I'm into this business 4 years ago, and a friend come into my home and say, hey, you're really smart, maybe you can fix in this business. I love help people. And that time he need more Spanish speakers. My English is not really good right now, but I'm trying to enter to the speaker who's only speak English, but I love help people. So I'm start 4 years ago. I'm start only for life insurance in that time, but right now I'm a broker, so I do Medicare, health insurance, life insurance, and supplemental like vision, dental. So I like do everything because I can help more people like that.
Oh, okay, that's super cool. So I know you said that obviously you can help Spanish speakers. So where are you originally from?
Cuba.
Cuba, okay.
I'm born in Cuba and I moved to United States 10 years ago.
Oh, 10 years ago. Okay, awesome. My family's actually Mexican-American, but I know a lot of Cuban-American people that have come here over the years because my family's from Naples. Oh. So there's just a lot. It's either like you're Mexican or you're Cuban. That's it. There's no more. There's nobody else. It's one or the other.
I know.
Yeah, so like some of my, like our closest family friends, they're Cuban and they've been in Naples as long as my Mexican-American family had been there. So, you know, they were all doing what they were doing at the same time. So how long have you been here in Marion County?
9 years. I lived 1 year in Miami and I moved to Ocala 9 years ago.
Yeah, that's a change. Miami's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy and I love Miami, but I mean, if you want to make a business, it's not better Marion now or Ocala. It's beautiful. The people help you a lot. The Ocala help you a lot. So
no, I think that's true. And the Spanish population, I think we're like number 2 or number 1 for the fastest growing Spanish growing population, which I see that a lot too. I do some business in Marion Oaks and I make Spanish content. I'm working with a Spanish LO to make some Spanish content because there's so many people moving here. I understand a lot of Spanish, but I don't speak Spanish, and so doesn't work, and I don't have a Spanish last name, so it does not. I don't fit the mold well enough. So I'm sure you probably see that and like have more Spanish people looking for Spanish speaking people for life insurance and health insurance.
More business who speak Spanish right now.
Yeah, it's like a really big thing. Like I just interviewed an inspector who speaks Spanish, and so he's really busy, and he's like, I get all the people because there's not anybody else that speaks Spanish really that I know of that I can think of. There may be other ones, but I don't know them. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so it's limited. So I mean, it's good for you. It means you get more business.
Yeah,
that's true. It's kind of a plus. So you said you do life insurance, health insurance. So let's focus a little bit on life insurance. So what different types of life insurance are there?
It's a different type, like term life insurance, whole life insurance, and index life insurance. Everything life insurance is great, but the difference is what the client needed. Term life insurance is like for term, like 10, 20, 30 years. I use for a mortgage. If you have a mortgage, you can use it because people say, hey, I want to protect my mortgage because if I pass away, I can leave the mortgage pay for my family. Whole life is like the word said, is for the whole life. You can keep like in your 20s and your 30s and your 40s and you pay for all your life. And index life insurance is like you have a cash value inside to the life insurance. So it depends what the client needed, but all this is great for everybody.
Okay. You know, I think term life insurance is especially good for like your mortgage and stuff like that. Yeah, that's like what my aunt. So my aunt has like a disabled child, and so she always did life insurance. So that way the home could always be paid off and have some money left over to like just kind of make arrangements as necessary. So I do think life insurance can be beneficial to those that need it or feel like, I don't know if everybody needs it.
No, everybody needs. If you have auto insurance or phone insurance, whatever, because in this country you need a life insurance. If you're single or you don't have a child, you need life insurance because again, it's different type. If you don't like term, if you don't like whole life index, you can make money with your life insurance, and people don't know.
Yeah, I do know that part. Like people can, like there's ways to put the money in, and then it's not because it's not taxed.
It's not taxed.
It's not taxed. So then you can take the money and purchase things with it, and then put it back in. I think.
Yeah, it's like a saving money.
Yeah, it's just like a way to me, it's kind of how people should view purchasing a home, because it's not necessarily like the best investment when it comes to, in certain ways, like you know, like you have to keep your home, you have to do different things to it, so you do spend a lot of money in the long term on your home, but it's like a good place to put your money because at some, like, whether you're going to spend it or do whatever, it's just like an investment. So I think to me, it could be like life insurance too. Like it's something that's preset that you put your money into, and it, you know, accrues money, or you can use it for other things. So I think it's really just kind of working the systems that we have to.
I tell all my clients, you need everything. You need a home, you need a life insurance, you need your 401k, you need your IRA, you need all the investment, because if you have one only, you can make your goals or choose one. So if you have a different, like not spend your all money, but you need different ways to make money in the time. So
no, I think that's true. Like diversifying is super
exactly.
super important to being able to do that. So now that you do health insurance too, obviously we all have to have health insurance. How does that work, I guess? Because I've always done health insurance through like healthcare.gov or something like that, like through them. So what differentiates what you do versus with them? Is there like more options or?
Of course, it's different option. You have that option you say is everybody knows, so Obamacare, Marketplace. Most of the people find better price over there, but it's other health insurance like private sector, like you have in your job, like Walmart, something like that. But you can have it if you have self-employment too. So sometimes people make a lot of money, qualify for Marketplace or Obamacare, so you can go to private section. So it's a little bit more expensive, but you have the same benefit and different prices.
Okay.
But it's different. It's like whatever you need. If you need something, it's something for you.
Okay, so there's just like more options, more things.
It's more options, yeah, more companies. It's both option is great. It's only whatever you need it, because Marketplace, you can find more cheap option and you can have pre-existing condition, but in private section you not. Okay. So that company like United, if you have a private condition, United don't want to cover that, but Marketplace, yeah. So it's different option for everybody.
Yeah, so it's like more like elite, I guess you could say. I feel like you get better coverage too in some of those private plans versus than what you get in Obamacare. I find that though, like people.
Depends if you make like 30 or 25, like low income, your better option is Marketplace. But if you make more, definitely you can go.
Yeah,
because in Obamacare, if you make the Marketplace, if you make low income, you have a good cover. So people don't know that. I see so many people say, no, my last agent should give me Obamacare, but I make $100,000. You say that's crazy, but the agent only have that option. So that's why I'm a broker and I'm trying to cover all this area, because I want to give my client to the best option possible. So
yeah, no, that makes sense. That's what I'm saying. Like I find that people who make more money, they get better bang for their buck if they go with a private versus if.
And you can have a trouble if you make more. You can have a trouble with your taxes end of the year. So
yes, yeah,
it's a lot of information you're supposed to look it out, because.
Yeah, no, it can be really complicated, especially if you, like, with my business, it can be very random. One year I can make a lot of money, next year I may not make a lot of money based on, like, the market. And so, like, with Obamacare, it's hard because you're having to estimate your income. And then if you make too much, then you have to repay it back. And it can be super complicated for some.
But one thing people don't know, like you talk about, if you have an agent, you're supposed to talk with your agent every month. Like, hey, I make this, I make more, I made 5,000 more this month, something like that. And your agent, he can fix that for you. So people who don't know that. So it's supposed to you talk with your agent over the year, not just one time.
Okay, yeah, no, that's interesting because I mean, whenever I do it, I just do it by myself. But sometimes it is helpful to like reach out to somebody and ask questions like yourself.
And yeah, but you're supposed to do that because that's my job. So
yeah, I know, it's kind of like me too. I mean,
you're supposed to talk no, I don't want to say every month, because when you have like a lot of clients, like 500, 600, it's impossible. But you're supposed to, you training your clients, hey, you're supposed to, every change you have, like the address, like the phone number, like your income, whatever time you're supposed to call me, text me, or leave a voicemail, because we visit too. But you're supposed to talk to your agent a lot into the year with Obamacare, and the private too, because something change every time. So
yeah, no, it's true. Like like I said, like for me, like my income changes a lot, so it doesn't
but you can change whatever. I mean, if you change 3 days ago, you can change again, so it's not complicated, that part.
Well, that's good though, at least. But I think for some people they
don't know.
They don't know. They don't know. So then it is complicated because you're like, what do I do, because I made more money and whatever whatever the case is. So when it comes to life insurance, what companies do you typically put people in?
Depends. I'm a broker and I work for 80 companies, so different companies. I like to enroll in that company, give me more benefit. Like example, I have a company who take people who IT number only. I have company who take citizen and resident only, so it's different. So I like sit down with my client, fix whatever he have, whatever he needed, and just choose the company. But I work for 80 companies, so it's not a problem for me.
You just have a lot of different options to pick from, whichever one benefits you the most. With health insurance, some people want to do, instead of like traditional health insurance, I don't know if you do this, where you do like a health fund instead. Do you have access to anything like that? It's like a
Oh, it's like HL, like the count H, something like that.
Yes.
No, it's
Okay.
you go to direct to the. I have the name of the bank to do that, but I can't because it's nobody do that. It's just you and your bank. It's like open the bank account. So many.
Sort of, yeah.
It's not like a bank like a Fidelity have it. It's really really good. I give it to right now 5% return.
Okay.
But yeah, I can help people. I mean, when the people call me with something, I can help with different ways, not only with my insurance because I have the knowledge for direct. Hey, do this, do this. So.
Okay. I was just curious how that worked because I
Yeah,
know.
he give it to 6%. You don't pay taxes for that, but for now, Fidelity is the best one.
Just curious on what your thoughts were on that because if you're like a healthy person or a young person like myself, sometimes I'm like I feel like I would get more bang for my buck by doing that because I pay for health like almost $300 a month, and I'm like, I mean, like I don't use it a lot because.
You're supposed to go to the private go.
Yeah.
Because if you don't use it, you don't have any condition, you don't have
Yeah.
medication. You have medication?
No, I don't have medication.
So it's better you go to the private set.
Yeah.
And you maybe pay $100 only a month
Yeah.
because you're young. And now is the best time because if the doctor find like asthma or something like that, you stay in the marketplace forever. So if you buy the private health insurance before you have that one, you're good.
Basically, with private, as long as you're in with them before you have any health conditions, you're fine.
And you can save it because marketplace is if you make a lot of money, it's high for you.
Yeah, no, it is.
If you don't use it, that's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really use it. I mean, I don't because I mean, I'm very thankful that I'm a healthy person, but it's not.
But you need it. I mean,
Yeah.
like emergency or something like that.
Yeah, you gotta have it. I mean, there's no option there. It's just like I'm like, good lord, this is expensive.
I know.
Everybody has to have it. I mean, it is what it is. Because of emergencies, things happen, but it's just expensive.
I know.
I get it when you're older. It is a bigger deal because the chances something bad is going to happen are a lot higher. It's kind of more like a ticking time bomb.
Mm-hmm.
So you said you've been here in Marion County for 9 years?
Yeah,
9 years. Okay. So you kind of have seen the change because it has definitely changed in those past 9 years.
Of course. When I moved to Ocala, it's crazy. You don't see a lot of houses. You don't see a lot of business, like Hispanic business, where I say. And the ground, I love it because right now it's like a big city. It's like right now, it's like a Miami. Everybody like Ocala, and people who live in Miami, he don't know where's Ocala before. And now when I say, no, I live in Ocala, I say, oh my God, I love Ocala. All over the country, like California, because I have clients in all the states. So people say, oh, I know where's Ocala. I say, how you know that? Because it's a grow right now.
Yeah, I know it is really growing. And there's a lot of people from Miami, moving here because it's just so expensive down there. Like I was just talking to somebody and they were talking, I don't know, they asked about the expenses here, if it's really expensive. And I was like, in comparison, no. I mean, I just sold a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house for $294.
That's cheap.
That's cheap.
I
mean, especially, in Miami, if you were, that'd be like over $1 million.
Over $1 million.
It's like crazy in comparison. So, and then you add in like insurance and taxes, you're paying like an extra $10,000 to $15,000 at minimum. Some people even pay more if you live, depending on where you live. So it is crazy with all of that. Now, I do get a lot of questions. How do you feel it is to be Hispanic here in Marion County? And also your thoughts on, like, you were talking about how, like, the businesses are becoming more Hispanic businesses. So would you, like, agree that if you're Hispanic, you can definitely find your people here? Yeah.
Of course, yeah. Right now, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there's just tons of people. I know there's more and more. I always see more and more Hispanic people.
I think it's not just cheap. An Ocala, like a house, it's like a support you receive from like a CEP. I am the member for the CEP. I don't know if you know the commercial. And that people help a lot of the growth business, and Ocala needed. That's the point. Ocala needed the business. And it's a lot of support, and it's easy build a business here. It's super easy, and people don't know. People scared about, I don't know if I'm good or not, but it's super easy.
I think if you're wanting to open a business here in Ocala, the time is now because we're like growing but not too big yet. So it's like somewhere in the middle. And we're also having like a lot of shift in who's running what. We have a lot of new people coming in and kind of shaking things up a bit. And so it's not quite as like old boys network as it used to be.
Yeah,
And
a lot of people do like you, like a podcast, and invite other businesses, and that's great because you can grow like that. People see you in the videos, and people maybe like it, or maybe need your service, and I mean it's super easy.
I agree with you on that. It definitely makes it pretty simple to grow. I don't really find that anybody really has too many issues as long as they're really like trying to.
Yeah, like a trying and do hard work, because the first year, the business, all the business is complicated. Find the clients, people know you, and right now I see a lot of agents who real estate, insurance. It's a lot of competition right now. I mean, it's great because everybody need it.
Yeah,
Ocala is bigger now.
It is true, and then we're having a lot. I'm sure insurance agents too are falling off as well. I mean, it's just the reset that goes on. So it's kind of like optimal time if you're wanting to do something, because you can kind of gain a lot of market share, especially with like the transitions with like social media and podcasts, like you were talking about. It's like if you can kind of catch the right wave, you can really find a lot of success.
And hard work, that's the key.
Yes, hard work, definitely.
If you not do that, you're not successful. That's true.
No, that's 100% true. No, I get it, because I mean, there's been a lot of times where I was like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I'm tired,
That's what happens. But that I think that's like the first 2 years in the business, and you learn how you do it. Because I'm start doing on the life insurance, but I see the necessity who need a health insurance. So I say, hey, can I do health insurance? Yes, because it's complement my work. So I do health insurance. After that, I do Medicare, because I see the necessity more to the Hispanic, old people like over the 65, that people sometimes speak English. He don't know what happened with health insurance right now. So I'm always trying to see the necessity to my clients.
I'm sure that is probably a big thing, because there just hasn't, especially here in Ocala, there just hasn't been a lot of people who speak Spanish working in jobs like yourself, or even real estate, or there's still not very many, to be completely honest with you. Even with mortgage lenders, like I only know 2, like that's it, that I know in Marion County that are like actually halfway decent, and they speak Spanish. There's just not very many.
No, and I don't think it's the language. I mean, first it's the language, but I see I have a couple Americans who speak English, people who don't know health insurance, and he born in the United States. When you say, hey, you have this and this, I don't know. That happened with the mortgage, and that happened when you buy a house. People say, no, I don't know nothing about that.
No, I know. It was crazy. When I interviewed Javier like last week, we were talking about people purchasing new construction homes, and a lot of people go directly to D.R. Horton or Lennar or whatever, Adams, and that's fine and dandy or whatever, but at the end of the day, like, they don't really care about you. And
yeah, that's where I talk about all the lady who do all the agent. He don't care. He don't care. He only wants to sell the house, and that's it.
They're kind of pompous for sure, which is fine and dandy, but for me, like, I'm building a business, so I do care about my customers. For me, it's repeat business. I guess, if you work for D.R. Horton or Lennar or wherever, you don't care because the business just comes to you, but like
it's bigger.
It's bigger. It's different. But he was talking about how agents were telling them not to worry about doing an inspection until like a month until the warranty was up. And I'm like, what? That really got me, because I was like, what are these agents doing? I'm sure with life insurance and like all of that. But they get people come with you with the craziest stuff, like not knowing or whatever. Nobody told me, and you're like, what? Like, what are you doing? If you really care about your job and you know a lot about it, which I think you do, it can be just surprising sometimes.
But that happened because we see a lot of new agents. That's nothing wrong, because I'm starting a new agent. But the thing where I see the new agent is he don't want to learn. It's just, no, I know everything. I don't need nothing. No, I'm always trying to learn. I have a couple agents who work with me right now because I like help other people make money, because it's an income. And I'm trying to teach her everything I know, but other agent, he don't care. That's the word. So I don't want to speak bad about that agent, but because it's a business. You can make money with that. You know that. You're supposed to have good customer service. You're supposed to learn every time, because every year is something new. Yeah. And then your business does too.
No, it's true. I mean, even like in real estate, I mean, we've had so many changes recently with the buyer-broker agreements and the this and the that. And, I'm just like, it makes things more complicated, but at the end of the day, you still have to know it, and you're supposed to be implementing it. And if not, then like you're breaking the rules. Is it worth your license or my license to do things that are not ethical? To me, it's not. It's my business. Like you said, like if you really care about building a business, you don't go out of your way to do things illegal. At least you try not to anyway.
No, customer service is the number one. I mean, I have so many reference, and my clients say, no, I have a friend, I have a family, I want you to take care. And oh my God, so blessed with that part. Because,
yes.
Like whatever time he called me, like 9, 10 o'clock, 3 a.m., I'm here.
I'm the same kind of way. I do the same thing for the most part. And so it's just, it just shows like how much you care. And the repeat business, like without that repeat business, you eventually do run out of stuff. Like it does. Because, if you don't care, what you do comes back around and gets you. It can anyway. So towards the end of my podcast, what I always ask is if somebody is looking to become an insurance agent and life insurance and do all of those things, what would you tell them if they're looking to do what you do?
First, you need to have patience. If you don't like what you do, go find another job because it's the same with all the business. Before I do health insurance and whatever this business, I do cleaning service. Houses, I clean houses, office, whatever because I don't like it too much, but I mean, I do right. That's what I say. If you don't like it or if you don't do right, go find another business because this business is hard. First, you pay for your license and you have take 1, 2, or 3 months for take a license and you don't have time for that. So, but I can help you whatever step by step, like a first, second, I can help with whatever. In my company right now, I can do the license only for $40, and that'd be great. If you go outside, you can pay $200 for that. It's really easy when you have that support.
Okay,
so find the support you have.
What are the steps?
You're supposed to take a course, and when you pass that course, you take a test, and after that, you have 45 days with a company, make contracted with a company, but I have all the companies, all the contractors. It's more easy for you. When I'm a star alone, and I don't know nothing. I don't have that support and make me crazy. I'm gonna spend a whole year. But I think when the right support, you can do that business in maybe 2 or 3 months.
No, I think that's true. I think making sure you have a good support team around you,
good mentor.
Yeah, and training.
Training.
Too. Yeah, I think those are important things, and too, making sure you start off quicker. And, in comparison to other people, I was kind of fortunate. We're working on my mom's team that I knew the basics of how to sell the house, what I need to do. I know most of all of that. So when it came to actually doing it by myself, I felt pretty confident. It was just more of building those connections, meeting people, getting my name out there. And that just takes time like you're talking about.
Yeah, it takes time. And all the thing I'd say, not do this for money. I know everybody needs to do this because they need money, like real estate or insurance. You need extra or you need money right now. But this business takes time.
Yeah, no, I think definitely having patience is the most important. When I started the Facebook group, I didn't have any followers. I didn't have anybody on there.
That's true.
And, and I waited and just was consistent and just kind of pushed through the days where I didn't want to do it anymore because I wasn't seeing anything. And then I have 24,000 people on there, but it just took patience and just being okay with not necessarily, making as much money as I wanted to or being as busy as I wanted to and just accepting that it's okay, and just keep pushing along. I'm sure you experienced similar.
That's the same. It's the same old business. If you need a license or no, it's the same. If you have a restaurant, nobody come to restaurant the first day because you don't know. So it takes time. When the people call me sometimes say, no, I need make $5,000 a month next month. I say it's impossible. Some people do it, but it's a lot of training, it's a lot of different products, and I don't wanna you go and hurt your client, sell whatever you want just for making money. That's not how it works. So
I agree. Having good ethics is important in any business because if without that, it's just, I don't know. I mean, we're all in it for the money. We all want to make money, but it's just, making sure that you're giving more. You focus on giving a lot to your customers and you will receive something back out of it.
Of course.
Yeah, it's just being patient.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was a pleasure interviewing you, Rita, and I appreciate you coming and sharing your knowledge about health insurance and insurance. So if you guys are looking for an agent to talk to, she's definitely the person to reach out to. Hope you guys enjoy another great episode next week. Thanks so much.